Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
That's right. No Maxx Crosby coming to Chicago, but that's okay.
Really?
Breeze Nation, what is good? It is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. A lot to get into on today's episode. Got to talk about Max. Bears miss out. Seems like the pivot would now be focusing on the draft. Was this the right move for this offseason with all the names available? We'll talk about that. And also take a look at how packed this left tackle room is. But is it packed with talent? Or is it packed with, there's some bodies. We got bodies.
Bodies?
Yeah. Could be that. You know what I mean? All that and more in today's episode of The Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Big shout out to you guys for tuning in and showing love as always, man. A lot of people upset today. A lot of people looking at the message that Max Crosby pinned yesterday, and they're saying, dang it.
Yeah.
We missed out on him again. Had 2 chances at him, couldn't get him either time. I don't know if I feel that way. Stay tapped in with everything we got going on here. Big shout out to everybody in the chat as well, man. If you have not done so, go ahead and
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
That's right. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. JC, what's going on, my boy?
What is going on? Man, a little sad right now. There's a little tear coming down my.
A little sad?
Yeah. I thought that when Max came back, it was definite that he's gonna be traded. I mean, why would you want to come back after knowing that you're gonna leave a team and then automatically you express your loyalty? Is this a PR stunt or is this for real? Jeez.
I mean, I would think that it's for real. I think that when you talk about what the Raiders are probably looking at in this whole situation, worst case scenario, we got Maxx Crosby. Hey, we wanted 2 first-round picks. We wanted to send you to a team that would be contending a lot sooner. But worst case scenario, we got Maxx Crosby. And a little birdie told me this. The birdie, in fact, was Adam Schefter. He didn't tell me directly. He just said it to the masses, and I'm taking it as if a little birdie told me. Shut up. It seems like the picks for the 2027 draft through this entire process have been heavily coveted by teams around the NFL. Those are the picks that they want to get. Those are the picks that they want teams to give away. And it seems like teams have been very reluctant to give those picks away because of how strong they believe this 2027 draft is going to be. And I think the Bears, probably in the position that they're in right now, feel that way about this 2026 draft as well, because the Chicago Bears needed defensive pieces. Would have loved to see you go out and get a Maxx Crosby. There's been a bunch of names, JC, that we've talked about who have been available on the market and that we thought the Bears would probably be in on one of those names, right? I mean, you saw Jalen Phillips end up getting signed to the Carolina Panthers.
Got the bag,
Got a crazy bag over there. Bradley Chubb ends up signing with the Bills yesterday, and I thought that was somebody that if the Bears were looking for a discount double check on one of those defensive names there, that he could be a name, and ended up going over for, I believe, about 13 million APR on that, or APY on that. So not a bad average per year. probably something the Chicago Bears could have managed. The Bears ended up choosing to go with the route that to me screams, hey, we're going to address this in the draft. We're going to find our guys to fix this defensive line, because I think you've done the solidifying part here in free agency by bringing in a Neville Gallimore. I like that as a solid piece. Bringing in a Kentavious Street, good depth piece. You're going to see what you have, of course, through the Shamar Turner, of course, Javon Dexter coming back and being solid. I thought Grady Jarrett finished the year pretty solid, but there has to be, you know, if he has a good healthy year this year, maybe you get a bounce back year out of Grady Jarrett though. So there's good and solid on the team already.
Right.
They're trying to fix this defensive line via the draft. JC, do you like the decision by the Chicago Bears to go that route, to go with, we're not going after a big fish or a big name here. Maybe a couple of signings still happen here to add to that line, but you're looking to fix this thing via the draft if you're the Bears right now.
Well, I mean, if Maxx Crosby is realistically out and he has announced his loyalty that quickly back to the Raiders, good job by the Raiders and what they got going on over there by getting him back. But then, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the route that we're going. You know, I was fine with it even when we were big fish hunting, and I thought that we were still in on Maxx Crosby and other names, because you need depth anyway at a lot of different positions. And I thought that that was something that needed to be addressed. You also needed the speed to improve on defense and all over the field. And you got a lot of really good names in this free agency period that address that. Of course, we talked about Kobe Bryant already. I think that was an upgrade from what you already had in Kevin Byard. I feel like he's a younger version of him, you know, very aggressive tackler. So you improved there as far as the potential of a Kobe Bryant. And then you also got Devin Bush, who, in my opinion, has had really, really good seasons the last couple of years with Cleveland. And so he probably fits more of the scheme in Dennis Allen's system than what Tremaine Edmonds did. You mentioned Evan Gallimore being a little bit quicker on the line. He's a good rotational piece. I do love a Khalif Raymond, who's also a returner and a speedster as well. You're plucking him from a division rival. And so a lot of these moves, Cam Smith from Buffalo, and then I can't remember the other name that we got, some Kentavious Street, I believe. And so I appreciate the way that Ryan Poles is going about this. It's methodical, and it hasn't been necessarily boring, because I do like some of the names. They are exciting me. The Kobe and the Devin Bush move excited me, but it isn't like over the top, like hype. And I think that's the most important thing, is that despite not having as much hype this offseason, we're getting the job done, and you're plugging up these holes slowly but surely. And then the most important thing is going through the draft as you will. When we have that additional second round pick, now you can continue to fill the holes on cheap contracts and continue to develop. Because again, you can't just build your whole team around a gang of free agents. You're going to pay a lot of money that way and be really killing your team for the future and sustaining success. And so you have to figure out a way to be successful through the draft. And I think the Bears are going to go that route, obviously.
Yeah, Maxx Crosby dropped this last night, about 8 hours ago on Twitter. Said everything happens for a reason. Believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. I'm a Raider. I'm back. Run this ish, and then put the Undertaker coming out of the coffin, kicking his way out while the coffin was on fire. A phenomenal moment in WWE history. But listen, if you are the Bears right now, and I think because of some of the names that were out there, right, if you were going to be in on one of the names, you wanted to be in on the best. You didn't want, I feel like coming away with none of these guys, right? Some Bears fans may look at this and go, you came away with nothing in the offseason on the defensive line. You got rotational pieces and it's fine. But how did you not get an edge with this many guys available to you? And I look at it as the Bears were in the market for the best of the best. If it wasn't going to be Trey Hendrickson and you weren't going to go crazy and try and match his price, have fun with that, Ravens. I think it works for you. I think you go out there and you get a motivated Trey Hendrickson versus Joe Burrow twice a year, right? Like I think it's going to work for him. I think you look at the Bears kept tabs on Maxx Crosby the entire time, but they weren't willing to go past their price. And for me, I like a GM that is willing to do that. I like a GM that has his number and is not going to be swayed because of the name of the player or how big the player is, right? Like Maxx Crosby's an easy name to offer 2 first-round picks for. And realistically, there would be people that were like, you paid way too much for it. Well, we kind of got Maxx Crosby. You know what I mean? And so, like, I look at that as it wouldn't have been a bad situation, but I thought we heard it at the draft. I thought that we heard it going into the draft, and it seemed like, you know, Ryan Poles, like I said, was going to be honest with us this entire time. He didn't feel like the Bears were financially in a position, although I do think they opened up some financials there, or were looking to give up that kind of capital because of some of the holes that are on this team to go after a big name like Maxx Crosby. He told us that the entire time. He told us that the entire offseason, told us that the entire free agency, and he was a man of his word in that aspect. And the one thing now that I think this does is we all look to Ryan Poles, who will speak later today. We all look to Ryan Poles and say, okay, so we didn't want to give it all for Maxx Crosby. You didn't want to go, you know, pay the big money for Trey Hendrickson. Now these picks have to be some form of elite pass rush. You have to create some kind of dominant pass rush with what you have in the draft this year. Oh, by the way, it's one of the best drafts for you to do it in a long time.
It is.
Because if you're going to get a big guy that can move fast, this is the year to do it, especially on that edge.
Yeah, no, it is the year to do that. And that's the thing is, again, you gotta hit. You gotta hit. And we've seen the success of what that looks like I said last year. And again, going back to what you said about Ryan Poles committing and sticking with what he said he was going to do. I can respect that as much as, you know, I hyped up wanting to get all the big names ever in this year's free agency.
Yeah, you weren't big fish hunting a lot this year. It was
give
just
me Lindenbaum, give me Hendrickson, give me Max. Everybody. I was Baltimore. I was like, hey, yeah, we'll take Hendrickson and Max.
You're turning deals down. Yeah.
Look, hey, I don't care how much money we got. Give me all of them for a penny. You know, that's. But my thing is that I do appreciate the stability of how Ryan Poles is going about it. And again, the shrewdness, like you're making very smart moves to improve slowly but surely the team. It's not necessarily fixed. And of course, the line that we have right now still isn't fixed. You still got Montez, you still got Javon Dexter and Dio and Austin Booker as your main starters on that line, you know, and then like you mentioned, you know, the return of Shamar Turner could show some promise as well, but you don't have any game changers still on your line. And so you're hoping that you can find the next Crosby, you know, who came out of the 4th round. You're hoping you can find the next Trey Hendrickson or whoever it is, Bradley Chubb, in these rounds where they got picked high because of their potential. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of names. I've done a few breakdowns on some early names, but there's guys all over the place for you in the 2nd and 3rd rounds that could be just as impactful, if not special, you know, if you're picking right and you do your due diligence and your homework. So this is going to matter a lot with how we see the defense improve. Defense seemingly was very good at doing one thing last year, and that was taking the ball away. Outside of that, it was bad. It was bad in all the other statistical categories. And so this is the year to kind of clean that up.
And listen, who needs a Maxx Crosby when you got a motivated Dio at home, man?
No, we got that motivated Odangbo. Yeah. Me said Dio.
He's motivated, baby. Dio. Me said Dio. Daylight come and me no wanna go. Oh, Dio.
Oh, got more for us. Okay.
Me said that.
I love
He's so motivated. He gonna run right past them.
Over pursuit.
He gonna over pursue.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
There's nothing like a motivated Dio or Dangbo, man.
He better kill this year.
I pray to God, because listen, we are laughing at you.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not. It's not a we laughing with you. No, we laughing at you. Like,
You gotta
I
show
pray
up, bro.
to the high heaven that man come out and have like a 7-8 sack season. Like,
I don't know who
"Shut up.
started it, but man, I feel sorry
Resign me."
for him. I don't know who started that, man.
I think Ryan Poles did. He went on Waddle and Sylvia and said, they got a motivated Dio or Dangbo, and everybody took that.
Oh, GM, come
Listen,
on, man.
Ryan kind of set my man's up. He's like, he's more motivated than ever. All right.
You didn't set your old man's up.
Set your man's up, bro. And listen, like, Chicago gonna joke on you, and understand this. We is laughing at you.
But
Like,
we
it's
will
not-
support you if you kill.
But you can
We will.
shut everybody in this city up one real way. Do
Yep.
what you did in that first game.
Yeah, the very first series.
That first game, bro.
Jesus.
Hey, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. Do you like the fact that the Bears are going the draft route over going? I don't even know if you had to go big fish hunting, right? If we had come away with a Bradley Chubb, if we had come away, and I'll say this, there are still names out there as far as mercenaries, as far as some big hitters that you could go get. I mean, if you wanted somebody that had a little bit more size, had a little bit, and has a history of just kind of showing up, recording 8 to 9 sacks, and then getting the heck up out of there. I mean, a Jadeveon Clowney is available.
Jadeveon has always been on the market. It seems like nobody wants him anymore. Like, dude is the epitome of just like constant, and nobody wants his services.
Right? You want to know how legit that is? So he left the Texans 2018. They didn't pick him up off of a 9-sack season. Went to the Seahawks in 2019, 3 sacks. Titans in 2020, no sacks. I think he got banged up with the Titans. Browns 2021, 9 sacks. Browns 2022, 2 sacks. Ravens 2023, 9.5. Panthers 2024, 5.5. Cowboys 2025, 8.5. He is Unique Ngakoue.
Ooh, unique and guy. Yeah, I forgot. I remember those years. I mean, you can do worse. He's a depth piece. He's a rotational piece. You need a bunch of those guys.
Yeah.
You need a bunch of those guys.
Realistically speaking, you could get him in here for a little bit of nothing.
The cheapy cheap.
33 years old, solid role player, still making an impact. Had 8.5 sacks last year with the Cowboys, which tells you if the scheme is right for him, he's somebody that can go out and play. So there are names that you could go get.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. But I do think more than likely you're looking for your answer in the draft. And listen, you're putting a heck of a lot of pressure on a young player that's going to be drafted a lot lower. Ben Johnson did that last year, though. Kyle Monangai wasn't getting easy treatment. Kyle Monangai probably was getting some of the worst treatment of any of the backs on the team. Eric Bieniemy every day, move your old ass, shut up, get in line, get the 3 points. I kill you.
Day one.
Whoa, Eric.
What Holmes?
But it wasn't out of the norm. It was him pushing Kyle to be better, right? Like, that's what this team is. So I love how Caleb said it last year, and he talked about it all the way down to Kyle Monangai. When people would bring him up, you got this young guy out here making these plays, doing this, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, yeah, we drafted him. There's an expectation. We brought them in. There's an expectation for you to know how to play this game well. And they didn't, they pushed those rookies into being arguably the best rookie class in football last season. Can you do that again? I think that's the part that we don't think about, right, with a lot of this is the development that's going to go in. And I think that goes to the offensive line. We look at some of the moves that the Chicago Bears made yesterday. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. 666 with the super chat real quick. He said a motivated Dio is about to make a left tackle say, who? Hashtag GOAT. Shout out to you on that
666, man.
But no, listen, the Chicago Bears left tackle room has a new face in it as they went out and got Jedrick Wills yesterday. I wanted to make him Willis so bad. It's just Jedrick. I was like, How do you black that up?
Yeah.
Jedrick Wills.
Yeah.
Jedrick Wills Jr. coming in. He was been a left tackle for the Cleveland Browns for just about his whole career. Was a first round pick for the Browns. Did not play last year due to the MCL sprain that he sustained, and now will be coming back, or MCL tear, I should say, that he sustained, and now will be coming back to the Bears here, and added to a left tackle room that has Braxton Jones, that has Karan Amagaji, that has Theo Benedette in the building. A lot of names in that room, but there's going to have to be a heck of a lot of development in that left tackle room. Are you surprised the Bears didn't do more there in free agency? Because we had talked about possibly going out and getting a Taylor Decker, who I believe is still on the market. So maybe that could still happen.
Yeah.
But you got 7 left tackles in the room right now. I would think you're probably sticking with these guys.
Yeah, you got to know. You said 7 left tackle. I literally just looked at the free agency list, and he's still at the top of the tops when it comes to certain people that are still available. And so that was the route I thought we were going to go to kind of solidify it a little bit more. But I do like Jedrick Wills' potential. I mean, first rounder a few years back for Cleveland, was the model of consistency. In the beginning, I believe he only had 1 actual full season, though, under his belt. The only alarming thing, and I heard this before, I want to say that he's only played 13 games over the past 2 full seasons, technically 3 seasons, because he was out the entire year this past year.
Yep.
And so the hope is that, and we've talked about this in the past before, when it comes to big linemen and the injuries, coming back from those type of things, it doesn't necessarily fully heal, or you're not always 100% all the time. And so that's the concern, is his availability. And so I do love that we got a carousel of tackles. And I love the unknown, because everything about Braxton Jones. About Theo Benedict, and what we gave him his chances. About Karan Amagaji. And unfortunately, you already know about Trapillo being down. And so that was technically the best of that bunch. And so now you're bringing in somebody that you don't know his ceiling technically with this team. And so, you get Dan Richard, get hands on him, and do whatever he needs to do. Again, I think that's going to do wonders with him playing next to an all-pro and Joe Thuney. That's being understated as well.
Yeah.
And so maybe you have something there. He's a very, very big body. Good hands, long arms. I do love the size of him. And then I saw a tweet that said that we're always getting all the people that look like brothers on the line with each other. You got Jonah Jackson and Darnell Wright and Jedrick Wills that look like brothers. Well, they go to the same barber at least.
Listen, we got triplets on the team right now. I mean, they all look like they got some kind of relation. Maybe Jedrick's a cousin, because Darnell and Jonah actually look like twins.
They look like brothers, and Jedrick's like their
But Jedrick might be, maybe he looked like the older brother that showed up a year earlier. And then there was the Irish twin situation, but also it was twins happening there. No,
why Douglas Key tell me no, JC, he got the potential to get cut. Come on, man. He give him a chance first.
Here's the thing. Realistically speaking, he decided to sit out. He definitely not Alex Leatherwood. He decided to sit out in 2024 or 2025, I should say, because he wasn't healthy. And he said, look, I'm not going to be able to get healthy trying to always come back. So I'm going to sit out, fully rehab myself, and then go into that following season and come back. This would be the following season here. Now, I'm not one who believes that taking a year off of football prepares you perfectly for football. I would assume there's going to be a lot of conditioning happening here with Jedrick Wills initially when he gets into the building. But what I do like about Jedrick Wills, and you kind of, hit the nail on the head there, is as far as what he was at a certain point, as far as pass blocking, he always was solid. He was always a guy who was able to hold down the position. I'm not saying that he was great, but he knew how to do his job. And that is something that does bring value there, because with Braxton and with Theo, we like them more in the run block game than we do in the pass block game. If you can get him as far as a run blocker and Jedrick Wills to a solid state as well. Again, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. You're not trying to find your left tackle of the future here. You're trying to get to the point where your left tackle of the future comes back off of that injury in Ozzy Trapillo and is able to come back possibly 100%. This is a stopgap move. This is the kind of move that you want to make as a stopgap move, because nobody's going to be that upset if we swap from Jedrick Wills to Ozzy Trapillo, and if Ozzy gets healthy during the season, nobody's going to be that upset if we move on from Jedrick Wills and Ozzy comes back. And I think if you develop Jedrick Wills and you're able to hold him here possibly as a backup, letting Theo and Braxton go,
that's solid.
now you're in a situation where you've got two solid left tackles on your team. Possibly you draft one and try to develop that young man as well. And then left tackles are at a premium. Solid gets you draft picks. If you get somebody back to solid, solid gets you draft capital that you can go out and then turn into players on the other side of the ball, or players in the future, players in this upcoming 2027 draft. Now, he signed a 1-year deal, so you would have to re-sign him for that, or possibly, try and add something on during the season if he's playing solid, because you want to try and use him as a trade piece. But I look at Jedrick Wills as, again, it's not a home run. Single. Solid single. Yeah, I mean, a little upside. It's a single that right now is in the gap and rolling to the wall, and you got that player that it's like, he's kind of fast enough to leg this out and do a double.
Oh, a PCA, by
yeah, well, no, PCA is always fast enough to leg it out into a double. By the way, I will say this: if you guys haven't paid any attention to the World Baseball Classic, boy, when the pressure's on, Aaron Judge don't show up at all, do he? I mean, my God, PCA put the ball over the wall. I'm like, look at that guy in the clutch. All right, shout out to him.
No,
I'm not a fan. Aaron Judge, 3 swings right through the ball. Jesus.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Aaron Judge, it don't matter the season, no matter the form of baseball. When the pressure's on, Aaron Judge gets going.
It's ridiculous. No, I love the baseline of Jedrick Wills. At least, like you said, if he pans out, and with this 1 year, what I think it shows is that they're taking a chance on him, that if he does, one, stay healthy, you do have a viable backup and potentially someone, because of his age, which is why maybe they didn't go the Taylor Decker route, is that they're looking at, and they're getting a lot of young players here as well in the free agency that have the potential to be on the team for a long time. And so if you have to re-up him with the contract next year, based off of his performance, do so. But I think they're taking a chance on him because of what he could be, and obviously being drafted in the first round, there's clear potential there for him to do his job, like you said, at least be serviceable at the very least in the pass game, which is what you need for Caleb. So I love the move. I love the stability that they're trying to create there, and the competition that they're trying to create there at left tackle. Clearly, there's still a need for some pieces to be had, like you said, going through the draft. But what this does for you is it allows you, as you keep piling up the depth and, addressing these holes, it allows for you to go into the draft and at certain points get just the best player available. Now, we're not probably in that situation for the first couple of picks, in my opinion. I think you do need to address defensive tackle or end with that first pick, or your next safety to go alongside Kobe. But there's the potential for this to really look good at the end of the draft.
Yeah, listen, that's the hope. I think it's going to be one that you rely on a guy in Dan Rashard who's been very honest, who's been very upfront, and who you saw turn turn Darnell Wright into an All-Pro. My fault. Chris Rayco said Wills is a Tevin Braxton hybrid, and I kind of can't unsee it, because it's like, if he can stay healthy, he does this really well, but it's kind of just this one thing.
Tevin Braxton, yeah.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love. We are over 100 in that chat. Over 200 in that chat. Okay. Over 300 in that chat.
Okay, all right.
300.
Appreciate y'all,
300
man.
likes on that video, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love as always. Pterodactyl Pops with some breaking news here. He said, due to a nugget shortage, JC has moved forward with wearing a whole cow as a hoodie. Sorry, not sorry. Did he just call you the Chick-fil-A cow? Is that what
That's
he
a
just
good one. I ain't even gonna lie. This is actually a customized Bears hoodie. You can't see the logo. That is all the way at the bottom, but it does look like
We got to get you a camera, man. We got to get you a little bit of a.
I got to get like you. I got to get a whole pan.
We
like
got to get you a little setup here for a camera, because
y'all getting on me. We got. I don't know who spread the love is, but he's getting on me. He said I look like a Pokemon, a Geo dude. like, come on, how you spreading love, man? You're spreading hate. I love it. I love it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I'm loving it all. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all keep us awake. Geo dude. That's the one Pokemon I do remember, actually. There's so many dang Pokemons created. I remember Geo dude, actually.
Pikachu,
JC.
Jigglypuff, dang it,
War Turtle. Okay, all right.
That's one of my favorite memes. It was like, guess that Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Pikachu, Jigglypuff, dang it.
Oh my God, that was funny. Good old childhood.
I'm just dying laughing that he called you Geo dude, because I mean,
said I got a strong head. I mean, okay, I guess that makes sense. Whatever.
I mean, listen, there is a resemblance.
That's it. Oh, you actually got a picture. Hold on, wait. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
You have a picture ready is epic. I'm not gonna lie. That you looked that up quick. That was good on you. All right. That's all right. I like a good laugh.
We're having a good time. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man.
Chris
I'll come up with a Pokemon for JC. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of hilarious.
Chris Rako did the whole evolution. Geodude, Graveler, the Golem. Jesus, y'all taking us back now.
Oh, come up with a full Pokemon evolution for Jordan JC. I'll AI the mess out of that. Follow us, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know how you guys feel about the left tackle room that the Bears currently have. Let's finish it out with this, JC. Just based off of what the Bears have currently done, and how we're heading into the draft, how would you grade the Chicago Bears free agency due to this point? Is this a plus for you? Is this a C? Is this, you got a bunch of names that we'll see what ends up happening, and you feel like they're failing out here? How do you feel like this offseason is going?
I'm gonna give it a solid B, because it hasn't been flashy. It hasn't been boring in a sense. Like I told you, there's a couple of moves that I actually really do like, and I kind of had already a beat on Devin Bush. Now Kobe's my favorite move so far, but Devin is like right there neck and neck with him. But I had Devin Bush in fantasy actually this past season, so I kind of knew how he was doing, and he was putting up some good numbers. He's a kind of a do-it-all linebacker who can kind of get you a few sacks, who is very, very fast for a linebacker as well. He has got some speed on him as well, and a sure tackler, and a young guy. And again, that's where I love the direction that Ryan Poles went, is that, again, he's sticking to everybody is young, and they can be with this team and continue to develop into even better players. That's the thing about the players that he got, is they can continue to actually improve. Kobe, I feel like, is just getting into his own. He's already made himself a name and established himself to a certain degree, winning a Super Bowl, being on a very good defensive team, coming from the Seattle Seahawks. And so you got a guy that I think is going to just be even better when he starts playing here. And then, of course, the names on the defensive line. Again, you address the depth. Now we need to just address the talent level through the draft. And so sticking to your word, I think, is what really kind of ups my grade for Ryan Poles, is because he didn't say one thing and then divert just because everybody else wants to see the big name come here. He stuck to his blueprint, and I think that blueprint is going to succeed.
Listen, I look at this, and I think you made some very valid points there. I would probably say this is I'm gonna go with a C+.
Oh, a little harder on
with and here's the reason why. The moves look great, right? Like, the moves look exciting. They look like You went out and you got solid pieces. This is something that you can upgrade here. This is something that you know, if this hits for you, you got youth, you got speed, and you got it here for a few years. Oh, by the way, you got it in for less money than you paid for would have had to pay for Tremaine Edmonds. You got it in less money than you would have had to pay for Jaquan Brisker, and arguably you probably got a better player in Kobe Bryant there. And so, like, I feel okay looking at this situation and saying, the pieces are there. But, and it's something Yurko has said many times, and I keep it with me when talking about, you know, all these moves and looking at linebackers and things like that. They don't matter if you can't pressure the quarterback. If you can't pressure the quarterback, you are going to have linebackers fighting for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't pressure the quarterback, Kobe Bryant may be solid, but he's going to be back there trying to do all he can to stay in coverage with somebody deep, because you're letting a quarterback stand back there 8-9 seconds. So I give it a C+, because in free agency, you went to a lot of the outside moves, which I think are valuable. And you did that in a draft that you should be able to go out and find defensive line talent that can have an impact on the team this upcoming season. But these are developmental pieces. These are unknown pieces. We don't know how the transition from college to the NFL is going to be. And with that conversation, we don't know if Devin Bush is going to look like what he looked like that final year in Cleveland. Devin Bush looked great that final year in Cleveland. You know why? Because Myles Garrett set the freaking sack record. Everybody was worried about him coming and taking their head off, because Mason Graham was creating a ton of pressure from the interior, because Carson Schlesinger makes your job a heck of a lot easier. Carson Schlesinger ain't on this team right now. Right now, we got a banged up TJ Edwards, and you got DeMarco Jackson, who was very good, but now you're going to be relied on for a heck of a lot more this season. So, like, to me, I look at those moves and I'm like, good moves, but they're good moves if you give them what they need up front. So it's almost like a C+ with an incomplete grade here. I believe, though, this is a C+, that if you're able to create pressure on the quarterbacks, can skip a B and go to an A.
You know what it's like? It's like the contract that DeMarco Jackson got. Like, you gave him money, but then you also gave him the incentive of getting more. I think it could go up to 10 million. It was 2 years, 7.5, and can go up to 10 million.
Yeah.
If he continues to do what he's doing. I think that's the potential of these players that we got, is that they're individually good, but I agree with you that I gave him a B just off of the merit of how good I think they already are and what they've already shown in the league and what they could potentially bring themselves to the team. But I do agree that, especially on the defensive side, if your line is not addressed and you don't improve there, which, again, like I said, we've only gotten Neville Gallimore and a few other names that really have kind of moved, really, honestly, hasn't necessarily moved the needle that much. And so if you're going to get a Cam Jordan, if you're going to get a whoever that still may be out there, cool. But again, we see that there's going to be, the line is going to be addressed through the draft more so than not. And so you have to hit on that line in order for all these other players behind them to have their biggest impact on the team.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I look at this as an opportunity for the Bears to have a great offseason here. I think that the Bears, I think you're still on track for that. It'll be very interesting to hear what Ryan Poles has to say today. And if he's going to be comfortable, or if he's going to speak on the Maxx Crosby situation or not. Like, I wouldn't expect him to, honestly.
Are you going to be in a position to ask questions?
Yeah, it's a press conference.
Oh, you should be like, hey, Ryan. So about the statement Max made, are you hearing, is that actually PR work, or is there an actual chance?
But I think the bottom line of it is that he's told us the entire time.
Dang it.
Now, what I love about this is he's told us the entire time but he kept tabs. Like I am actually happy with how the offseason was handled. I am actually happy with how the Bears dealt with this upcoming offseason because this last offseason, because to me, if you are Ryan Poles, your goal is to get better at all costs, but to not do too much.
But not.
So you kept tabs on everybody. You're like, can I get a Maxx Crosby? Can I get Trey? How can we make this work? So you have plans in place if there's something that does work there.
That's a bar.
But we're not going to mess ourselves up to try and go get the one piece. I love how he said, because how many GMs in the past as Bears fans have we seen who literally just go, yeah, we're not in. Yeah, we can't. We have no need to go after that player. And it's like, yeah, you do. That's a guy that could really help.
Yeah.
That's a guy that could change the game for you. You might need him, but you're not even keeping tabs on him. You're not even seeing what it's going to be. You didn't even do your due diligence of calling to see what it would take to get a move like that done. So I will give Ryan credit on that, and I will allow, I'll allow this offseason to play out. By the way, I think it was Chris Rayco who said, I look like Snorlax out here.
No, you got MC make season 1 that's really going in.
Did MC season say
apparently
that?
We got a lot of trolls coming in.
We got Muzz roasted. Don't get me started. I'm trying to keep it Bears in here. Hey, we do got a Snorlax on the screen. We are wearing the same color.
The Pokemon images just up, just ready to go.
Doesn't take much to upload to OBS there, JC. But I mean, listen,
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it is right.
Yeah. I guess. Okay, you got to put your feet up. Yep.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Hey, F you, buddy.
Geodude Snorlax, whatever.
I do love a good nap. I'm not gonna lie to you. Snorlax has it. If you're gonna talk about anybody to compare me to, Snorlax has got it.
The comparison because of a nap is hilarious. That's funny.
Tar Hockey with the super chat, he said, think there's a chance that we trade up for a top edge rusher. Probably not, but maybe something Poles could pull the trigger on with the draft. Listen, it depends on. Here's the thing. You can see that he was in on Trey Hendrickson. You can see that they were in on Maxx Crosby. It depends on what it would cost to move up and who that player is.
Well, here's another thing I was going to ask you before we I know we're going to get out of here soon, but what about if we're not finished with letting go of some players? Because could there be a DeAndre Swift on the market? Could there again be a Tyson Bagent trade? Are those still in play for us to maybe get some more draft capital?
Tyson Bagent at the draft would be interesting, but again, when I hear Adam Schefter say that everybody was coveting 2027 draft capital, that everybody was trying their best to get as much 2027 draft capital as possible.
There's going to be some dogs coming out next year. Huh?
That tells me that more than likely you're probably taking Tyson into camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then by then, when teams start to see, oh, this guy sucks, we might need to bring in another quarterback, then you'll see them possibly trade some capital. Or when teams get into camp and somebody gets banged up and you need someone who can run that system moving forward, right? Like that, I think those are situations there where you feel like the Chicago Bears could possibly move on from Tyson Bagent, because at this point, it'd be interesting to see, but what team are you trading Tyson to?
Is Arizona still out there?
Arizona signed 2 quarterbacks.
Wait, what?
Arizona
the last
signed,
news I heard about quarterback was Geno Smith. I didn't.
Arizona signed Gardner Minshew and signed what's the other quarterback? They suck, but that's what they going with.
Tyson can compete with them. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, he could beat them.
yeah. I
Who's
guess.
the other QB they signed? And Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, well, yeah, there's competition there. You definitely can go there, but I don't know.
And I think
guess
that's the thing, right? Like it's there's the teams that were in on Tyson currently aren't probably in on Tyson. They've probably pivoted. Geno Smith to the Jets. I think Pittsburgh's a massively interesting conversation now, but are you going to try and do it again where you're sending Tyson to the good situation, but maybe not getting the draft capital back?
And then Mitch just got by Tennessee. Was it Tennessee?
Mitch to Tennessee, yeah.
That's wow. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Mitch, man. Mitch keeps getting jobs, man.
Hey, man.
Mitch keeps getting jobs. He'll work his way back around here.
He'll
work his way back through. Come through to Chicago. Yeah, I mean, Mitch a solid backup.
He is a solid backup. I will give him that.
He's a solid backup. He's purely a backup. He should have always just been a backup.
He's a
solid backup.
He's found his role. Yeah.
Patty Jackson with the comment, super chat said, so the Bears trade Tevin Jenkins to the Browns and use their Tevin Jenkins. What the hell? And the Browns give us their Tevin Jenkins. What the hell?
You know what I didn't realize is that Elgington and Jenkins and Tevin were brothers. They said that they're brothers because the center from Green Bay that now is on the
Ellington
Browns.
Jenkins and Tevin Jenkins are brothers?
So now that they get to actually play with each other on the Browns line together.
Hey, bro. Yeah. Hey, bro. I don't think that's true.
Oh, you serious?
Bro,
did I get rickrolled on
where did you see that, bro? Where did you see that?
Look, I didn't. It wasn't Farrell's page. I'll tell you that much. But it was some page I saw that they were brothers. Maybe they're not. Okay. Maybe that is.
As of Martin, newly acquired Ellington Jenkins is the older brother. Now, this is AI. Is this facts, though? Ellington Jenkins is the older brother of Cleveland Browns guard Tevin Jenkins. Yeah. According to AI, that is true.
Jay Sanders said, Cap. That's not his brother. I don't know. I heard it. So I did see that. I scrolled past something that caught my eye. It said,
I don't know if that they look nothing alike. I mean, listen, we've seen this before.
They don't look nothing alike, but you never know.
But Tevin do look. Never mind. That was about to be a wild joke.
Chris Rayco says no relation. I don't know. Whatever. I heard it and I was like, oh, that would be cool. They get to play each other. They get to play with each other on the same line.
Ellington Jenkins look like Tevin Jenkins' father.
Look older.
Looked like there was a white woman that showed up in the mix on that.
Oh, boy.
I don't see nothing about the Jenkins brothers in here, but listen, they're brothers in arms now.
Never mind.
That sounds like I just seen this picture pull up that the Windy City Productions tweeted with all three of the old linemen. Jesus, you want to talk about brothers? Jedrick, Jonah, and I mean they literally all just look like fat variations of Caleb Williams.
Everybody's just got the same type of haircut, just the same look.
Hey, Chris Rayco, facts. He said, this is why AI is trash. That's facts, because AI was like, yeah, no, they brothers. I saw that too. Like, well, you should know.
That's crazy. Hey, Pterodactyl Pop, shut up. Right? What are you talking about? Pulling the Q-tip out of what?
Whoa, hold on now.
Oh, boy, and on that note.
All right. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at WC The Breeze on Twitter, at the Windy City Breeze on Instagram. I don't even know where to go from that. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Stay tapped in with everything that we got going on here on the Windy City Breeze. If you haven't hit the notification tab, make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time we go live or post throughout the day. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace.
Chill, dude.
That checks out.